Hello, everybody. It is the 10th of October, and this is the Command of Cold Steel. Um, so, in case you guys haven't been, looking at my website, I do this thing every year called the 31 Days of Biohazard. I'm thinking of changing the name to the 31 Days of Evil. That's beside the point. Anyways, I review a bunch of Resident Evil stuff in October. I have been doing this for about, well, this is the second year here. And I've been doing my best to try and get through the first issue of Wildstorm's Resident Evil comic without having my reviews run on too long. There was also some stuff with the Serpent situation well. Actually, it's turned into the Lord Cat situation, but that's kind of beside the point. Well, it's not beside the point. That is the point. But yeah, in case you guys haven't been, in case somebody hasn't been following the stuff on Twitter, Lord Cat, Jason Pallara, got banned from Twitter because he had a little bit of a run-in with Anita Sarkeesian's co-writer on come on. Yeah, on her little thing. His name is John McIntosh at Radical Bites. Somebody was tweeting around pictures of bread, like a guy who pulled a breadstick out of his sleeve, and Radical Bites blocked him, and then Lord Cat tweeted the picture her back at Radical Bites, and then he blocked him. And then, from what I've been able to gather, I think that Radical Bites started some sort of campaign to try and get Lord Cat banned from Twitter, and that apparently succeeded, because I can't find Lord Cat's Twitter now. Before this, I was not, I had absolutely nothing to do with Lord Cat. I didn't listen to his shows. The most I'd ever heard, was every now and again, and S. Serpent talks about him. And then I checked that out, and I was talking with S. Serpent, and I looked at the Radical Bites Twitter page. And then recently I looked at it, and I found out that he'd blocked me. And that kind of made me laugh and kind of made me wonder what exactly he was hoping to accomplish with that, because I've never actually interacted with Radical Bites at all. Ever. I've never tweeted at him. I've never discussed him on... I've discussed him on Twitter. It's just, it wouldn't be something that he'd be able to see. But, yeah, that whole situation got kind of weird pretty fast. Let's go ahead and look at this right here. I think I've... somebody signed up for a new Twitter account and followed me and a whole bunch of people that follow S. Serpent. And I can't remember what his name was. Let's trying to find out I've got him on my block list. Blocked accounts. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Red Fogel. Got a bunch of got like a whole bunch of pictures of S Serpent on his page. Oh god, he's still on here. He's still on Twitter. But anyways, after Lord Cat got banned from Twitter, the real S Serpent 21 started tweeting 20 pictures of bread every day. Yeah, I don't know if he's still doing it because it's not showing up anymore, but yeah, this guy Red Fogel, well, at Fogel, well, and you can kind of guess what that's about. And yeah, this guy, I took to Twitter. It's probably the Madness guy from before. And he started, making fun of S Serpent by using his pictures and saying dumb stuff. So, if you guys want to go and report that, please do. Maybe we can get it removed from Twitter. Since it actually is, it's impersonation. Sort of like that guy who was impersonating me, and all I had to do was report him for him to be removed from YouTube. So now that the somewhat depressing stuff is out of the way, let's start talking some popular culture, I suppose. Well, last year, Saban had a thing called Morphin Madness with Ranger keys. You vote for your favorite Ranger out of the however many they had. They didn't have every Ranger. They just had a handful of them. And in the end, it came down to they only had 2 in the final 5 that I actually liked, Tommy Oliver and Jason Lee Scott. But for this, I'm just mainly not talking about the contest just right here, but last time they had a coupon for a free Morpher pack, a free morphing key pack, as the first tier of rewards for voting. And now they've got this, $1 off Mix and Morph figure, $2 off Mix and Morph Deluxe pack. It's not really actually all that great. Especially considering that's no massive discount this time around. Because they had bigger discounts before. Still wasn't that great, but I just wanted to mention that it's a shame that the RPM Zords aren't getting a better shake at this, because that RPM was the best season of the show. It's funny, they don't actually, they're pushing these chargers, but they're not actually giving you any coupons for those. because I can see the coupons are for the Megazord, the and the accessories and stuff, like the Morpher and things like that. I just find that a little odd. Trying to find more things to talk about, but not entirely sure there are. Oh, the Dino Charge toys are overpriced. There's that. Oh right, the new Power Rangers movie. I had a bunch of Power Rangers movie news up, but I guess I closed it out. So let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. Power Rangers movie news. I heard they finalized the cast on the Pink Ranger. Okay, yeah, let's look at IGN here. Yeah, Naomi Scott's gonna be Pink Ranger. And I've got casting calls here, but I can't find it. Okay. According to Collider sources, Lionsgate's new Power Rangers movie will continue the story of the TV show. Yeah, that's weird here because yeah, it's going to be taking place after Dino Charge, and there's going to be a battle between the Dino Charge Rangers and Scorpina. You know, some classic Dino Charge, classic Power Rangers villains. And, you remember the character descriptions? I think I talked about the character stuff that was revealed a while ago. Back in August. Because it really sounds like a series reboot. Because they've got the same names as the original Rangers. And then you've got the synopsis that leaked out a while ago, which made it sound like the new movie was essentially just ripping off Transformers. So at this point, I've got absolutely no idea what to do. What to think, sorry. I'm trying to download, because the guys who, the Blood Punch crew sent me the Blood Punch pre-order extras, and I've been trying to download the RPM bonus footage. Everything else downloaded just fine, except for the bonus footage of Dino RPM. Why do I keep confusing them? RPM is nothing like Dino Charge. And I tried downloading it with Max then, and it stops right before the end. I tried downloading it with Chrome, and it stops at the halfway point. Absolutely no idea what the problem is here. You know, maybe this movie is that Dino Charge, Dino Thunder, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers crossover. You know, who knows, but I would hope not, because Dino Thunder's still around, and so the cast of Dino Thunder's still around, and so is the cast of, well, almost all of the cast of Mighty Morphin. So I've got absolutely no idea what's going on with this new movie. Remember when I heard that they were announcing casting, I was trying to figure out who was in charge of casting, how I could contact them about maybe, trying out for Jason Lee Scott, or Tommy Oliver. Tommy Oliver's not in the movie, but, maybe in the sequel. But then I heard that, this is just, we're just finalizing the cast. As here, this is the short list. So they didn't actually announce the cast. They just sort of said, we're doing casting, and said, oh, wait, we've already got people that we're doing testing for, so, So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I have no idea what Saban's doing here. It sounds like a confused mess. I'm just gonna say that. Kinda hoping for some sort of official word that we can actually work off of. Because at this point, all the speculation is getting a little bit ridiculous. Well, they're finally gonna make Triple X3. I just saw this on Facebook. Because, they had the original Triple X, and that wasn't all that great. Then they had State of the Union, which was pretty good. And now we've got Triple X3 Xander Returns. Because supposedly, Vin Diesel's character died at the end of a short film that they made that was included on the DVD of Triple X. I don't know, man. And they're also working on Fast and Furious 8. I mean, seriously, just stop. Just stop. I mean, the series started out terrible, and then it got good, and then it got played out. Oh, wow. The Power Rangers Facebook page posted a GIF from today's episode of Chase spinning wrench around. Not funny. Just kinda eh. Oh, apparently Marvel is quite possibly looking to kill off all of the mutants in the comics, which would include most of their cast. But they're also looking to kill off most of the Avengers, apparently. At least that's what I've been hearing. I tell you though, well, I've been kind of down on the MCU ever since Spider-Man was rebooted. After they announced Spider-Man was going to get rebooted again. And then they're so inconsistent. Okay, first it's not going to be an origin story, then it is going to be an origin story, then it's not going to have a 100% different cast, then it is going to have a completely different cast, and oh god. You know, it's all they had to do was pretend Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't exist. That was the only thing they had to do. Just get Andrew onto the set of Civil War. Andrew Garfield, the one who played Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man. Just pretend, do what Hulk did. Do what the Incredible Hulk did, and pretend that Hulk didn't exist. Just pretend Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't happen. Go back, shoot a few scenes to change the movie, and then release a director's cut as this is the real version of the movie. And but yeah, Tom Holland does not look like Spider-Man. Tom Holland doesn't look like Peter Parker. That's the problem. I mean, I wanted to see Thomas Brody Sangster as Spider-Man if we had to have a new one. But he didn't make the cut. And apparently, they're going to be making another Spider-Man movie after Civil War. Yeah, never mind the fact that's... Okay, why is Marvel adapting Civil War? That was one of their worst stories of all time. Okay. Nobody at Marvel actually knew what the Superhuman Registration Act was supposed to do. Which is why, from book to book, it kept changing. And that led to some horrible inconsistency. Then you wind up with the fact that... Oh, if you guys have read Civil War, did you know that Iron Man is supposed to be the good guy in that? I didn't. But yeah, Captain America's supposed to be the villain. I mean, it would make more sense if... Okay, first off, Iron Man is completely out of character in Civil War. He's an anarchist. He's not exactly anarchist, but he doesn't want anybody controlling superpowers. And, Marvel had a thing in, they had their own little Elseworlds retelling of Civil War, where they pointed out all of the flaws in it. It's like when they remade the Clone Saga, where they said, yeah, we're sorry we messed this up. Here's the real version, but the original's still canon. Now, one of the problems with Civil War is that it led to one more day. Although I sort of just lump Civil War and One More Day into one spot because they're just awful. I picked up Civil War because I wanted to see the Iron Spider suit. I thought the Iron Spider suit was pretty cool. Nope. They messed it up, like they always mess it up. Always. That's the thing, is that Civil War killed my interest in comic books. Just, that was what started it. And I haven't picked up a comic book in years. Well, I have picked up, but I just haven't read them. And the thing was, even though Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad, I was still on board with it. It was still going good. It was still going better than the comics. And, I was willing to roll with it to a certain extent. I mean, I didn't. Here's what I wanted. I wanted Emma Stone to play Mary Jane Watson. That's what I wanted. I mean, she's a natural redhead, and she has great chemistry with Andrew Garfield. But now Andrew Garfield has become the Timothy Dalton of Spider-Man. I'm not exactly... I guess that makes Tobey Maguire the Sean Connery. The one who they always say, his movies were the best, even though they really weren't. Because Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like a movie that got rewritten while... It's like Alien 3, yeah. It's essentially like Alien 3, because it feels like they were writing the movie as they were going along, rather than having a movie set up from the get-go. Having a script that they can use throughout the entire thing. Because... And this is extremely evident by the fact that there are completely different versions of scenes in the deleted versions. The deleted scenes include completely different versions, better versions, by the way, of certain scenes that happen in the movie. I mean, it seems like the kind of movie that they just sort of crammed in stuff at the last minute. I mean, the Rhino stuff, sure, fine. You can have that. You can put that in there. But, hold off on the Green Goblin. And don't make Harry Osborn the Green Goblin. Get Dafoe back, please. I mean, that was one thing. It was like, that was the only person I thought that they needed to get back from the original movies was Dafoe as Norman Osborn, because he was perfect as Norman Osborn. And, making the fact that they... I'm just scrolling through GameStop's 3DS games here just for the sake of it. And I just noticed that Resident Evil Revelations has jumped $5 pre-owned. It's gone from $15 to $20. Because I think, it was $15 when I bought my copy. And I think they announced the HD version shortly thereafter. Which brings me to the following. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. As you may know, The Phantom Pain came out last month, and I bought a copy of Ground Zeroes on eBay for Xbox 360. Because I figured, well, you know, this is one of the big games of the year, you know. So I might as well at least try and review it, you know, maybe I can free up some time in December and run through the last few Metal Gear games that I haven't played yet and get up to Metal Gear Solid 5. You know, they'd already Microsoft offered Ground Zeroes for free on Xbox One a few months ago as part of Games with Gold, but I don't have an Xbox One. So I figured I'd just get an Xbox 360 copy of Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain. But literally days after I received my copy of Ground Zeroes, Microsoft announced that this month's Games with Gold was going to include the 360 version of Ground Zeroes. It's not like I would have been able to really play it anyways. It takes forever to download Xbox 360 games for some reason. I mean, combine my slow internet with Microsoft's slow servers, and that's what you get. You get, you know, when you're trying to download games that big, it takes forever. For some reason, Steam doesn't take that long to download games, though. So that was fairly irritating. But, you know, it wasn't exactly like I could do anything about it. It's more convenient to have the physical copy anyways. Still need to get Portable Ops, Acid 2, 4, and Rising, yeah. I want to get Twin Snakes too, but that's freaking expensive. Well, oh yeah, I forgot about this. There's a new Dragon Ball Z game coming out this year. Oh, there's 2 Dragon Ball Z games that came out this year. There was Xenoverse earlier in the year, and now there's Extreme Butoden. Let's just pull up the Amazon page for that. But yeah, it's going to be released in 10 days, and you get a code for Dragon Ball Z Super Butoden 2, which is the first Super Nintendo game I've ever seen on the 3DS. I'm looking at some screenshots from Extreme Butoden right now, and it looks awesome. The art is just beautiful. I mean, this game looks like it's going to be great. But the problem is, it's $30 new. And, I don't... Here's the thing, I've got enough... I got enough credit to either pay for most of Metal Gear Solid 5, all of Extreme Butoden, all of the DLC for Fire Emblem Awakening, or all of Senran Kagura Burst. And I'm kind of trying to figure out which one I want more. Because I want to try and review this stuff, but I've got like 20 games that I'm working on reviewing right now. Plus I got to finish up Resident Evil month. Plus I'm working on a new campaign for Dungeons and Dragons, which, by the way, D&D Thursday will be returning soon, about in a couple of weeks. Oh, that just reminded me I need to send a link to somebody. It's the rather awkward position that I'm left in because I don't have any kind of Patreon funding and I don't have a lot of money. But, hopefully I can try and catch up on all this next year, maybe. When I can actually get my Patreon set up. That'd be nice. That would just be great to be able to get funding set up, because it'd make my life so much easier. Because then I could not have to be worrying about, all this stuff. Maybe I could get some sort of steady income going. Well, I don't really think I have anything else to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'll see you guys whenever a new topic comes up that I feel like I need to talk about. Bye.